Well, howdy everybody, this is James Wasson back here in the tech booth again at Dunrovin Ranch, and we just got done watching Mackenzie and McCall working with Canner as well as the Donkey Divas. He always does such a phenomenal job on his clicker training and positive reinforcement to just enable the animals to do some pretty awesome things. So anyway, I wanted to just check in real quick and let you know we do not have a 2 o'clock program today. You can always check out the latest schedule at montanasocials.org and scroll down the page and see what's happening next. And so had a pretty busy day today, and we're going to finish it off with a talk on anthrozoology with Dr. Ann Perkins, and Suzanne Miller will be joining us here at the ranch. And then at 4 p.m. we'll be feeding the herd with Ashley and Ryan. And then at 7 p.m. we've got an interview with Janet Rose, founder of the Equus International Film Festival. We've been showcasing a number of the International Film Festival films right here on montanasocials.org. And tonight we will not have a showing, but we will have an interview with the founder of the festival. So we're looking forward to that. Then next week we'll get back into a few more films. So yeah, I'm currently uploading the replay video for A Herd for Hugs presentation today. And we learned all kinds of cool stuff about a blanket stitch, and gosh, I had no idea there was so much technology involved in all this sewing. That's pretty interesting. Or you could hand stitch it, which takes an equal amount of skill, so pretty phenomenal. Anyway, I thought we had a couple questions in chat, so I wanted to show you our ice sculpture a little bit. So I'm going to pan the camera around here. And normally we see this ice sculpture in the evening hours, or ice art, if you will. I guess it's not really a sculpture so much as it is just turning water on and seeing what happens. But we've got this big ice thing in our front yard here, and we normally see it in the evening and it's all lit up, but it could be kind of hard to make out some of the shapes and everything. And so this is the view we'd get in the daytime, of course. You can see the sprinkler there sticking up and spraying water everywhere. And then you can see how it just flows down all the different parts that make up this apparatus. And I'm going to go ahead and switch now to a different camera that we have. And this camera is at ground level, so it's got a little bit different of a perspective on it. And let's see if I can control it. It's kind of moving around a little wildly here. So yeah, we can see it a little bit more straight on. I'll zoom in here. You can see where the spray nozzle attaches up there, and then there's some different poles that stick up. And then we have different things hanging off of it. We've got some round tires, and somewhere under there is an old steel picnic table. And then all this supporting structure. A lot of this ice is actually forming around metal. So we put up some metal fencing or cages, chicken wire, stuff like that. And that allows the water to kind of drip and follow along those contours of the wire. And so that's what you're seeing a lot of. And when you get up close in here, it's actually pretty neat because you get to see all kinds of weird ice formations throughout the piece here, you can make out some of that expanded metal of the picnic table top. And as we scroll over this way, we can kind of see how the ice is formed and bubbled up around a piece of wood there. And then you can see all the interesting patterns that makes on chicken wire. And so we do have plenty of water getting on here, and some of it freezes pretty quickly the farther away it is from the water. But if you get a lot of water splashing on something regularly, it might not freeze as much, which is kind of that exposed section there, I think, in some ways. And then you've got some really weird icicles and all kinds of crazy stuff. This is underneath this is a kind of a cylinder. It's kind of like a manhole riser, something you'd see on a septic system or water system for storm drains and stuff, but or a culvert. So covered it in chicken wire so the water would stick to it, and then it just kind of follows it around. And there's lights underneath all this stuff. You can see the weird patterns it makes on the ground. Pretty cool stuff. Kind of this weird bubbly action. And then we also, you can see some of the wire that I've got around the tires. And so this is just kind of square screening material. And that allows the water to kind of come down and form along there. It allows the ice to have something to stick to, because ice won't stick to rubber very well. So we wanted to cover the edges of that. And yeah, you can kind of get right up in there and see what's happening. Now there is a smaller tire right over here, but you can hardly see it just because there's so much water pouring over the top of it. My thought was that maybe these tires, there would be holes in the middle with a few icicles just draping off, but we've got this massive tower of ice just in front of this tire right here. So it's kind of interesting. You never know how all these things are going to turn out. Water just does what it does, and the wind blows, and you know, it gets cold and freezes and thaws and all kinds of different stuff, and just end up with all kinds of weird things. Here's another interesting ice formation here, where you have just kind of the ice making these, you know, kind of bubble-looking things, kind of spherical, and it's just really bizarre how in one area it will be just coming straight down. In other areas it just sort of bubbles up like that. Part of that could be due to some of the wire that's on it, or some other type of debris, I don't know. And as we go up here, there is a, of course you get right underneath the sprinkler there. You can kind of see where that comes up. Now we've got a couple barbecue grills, grills here, and they're chained together and hanging there. And then right behind this mass of ice is actually a couple cylinders of wire. It's square, I think 4-inch square wire. And or maybe it's 2x4 wire, but anyway, we've got lights all over that in kind of a spiral shape, but it's kind of hard to tell, and it's even hard to tell now what's even under there. So pretty crazy how that ice is just built up. And then up along the top here, we've got you can see where the sprinkler's coming out, and it hits pretty aggressively there in this bare section of the pole, so you're not getting a lot of ice formation right at that one spot, because the water is there, and it's the water is not at freezing, of course, and it's close enough that, and regular enough that it just stays bare of ice. So it was quite a bit colder the other night. I did notice there was some ice there, but it doesn't take long for that to melt back during the day. And I have come out here and chipped the ice away off of the sprinkler a little bit because it does like to form up around it if it's cold enough, and it'll make a nice little tower of its own right there. But anyway, there you go. There's the ice thing, or ice art if you dare call it art. It's something anyway. So anyway, I thought I'd show you some close-up pictures of that. Hope you're enjoying it. You can check that out. I think seems like the camera's on it almost every night, just for the light show and everything. It's pretty cool. So come back after dark and check that out. You can do that here at montanasocials.org every Monday. And then if you want to join us 24/7, all day, every day of the week, you can come on over to days@dunrovin.com and join us there and check out all of the cameras that we have going on here around the ranch. We've got 4 broadcasting live all day, every day. And we have a few extra ones we pull in from time to time, kind of like that close-up shot that I showed you of this ice art. There we have Boona hanging out down here in the yard, enjoying the sun. It is a beautiful sunny day. Thermometer is reading just around 30 degrees. It might even break 32 here before the end of the afternoon. So we'll see how that goes. But nice cool nights, allowing the ice to form, and nice warm sunny days. Maud's enjoying the sun, I can tell you that. She just loves it. It's pretty common to see the donkeys and the ponies standing in front of a wall or something that kind of radiates that sun a little bit, which is pretty smart, really. Get that extra a little bit on the shady side there. Not bad at all. So I think Ashley's going to be doing some chores around here. You might see her wandering around this afternoon. And we'll probably check in see what some of the animals are up to here off and on this afternoon. Like I said, we do not have a 2 p.m. program today, but we do have anthrozoology talk at 3 p.m., so definitely join us for that. Set your reminders and check that out. Dr. Ann Perkins is very enthusiastic about anthrozoology, and she has some amazing tidbits and studies to share, so it's pretty neat. So anyway, there we are. A little afternoon tour of the ranch and what's going on around here. Maybe I'll zoom in on the cows in the pasture, and we can kind of take an afternoon siesta with the happy cows, having just been fed. Some of them are laying down, chewing their cud and soaking in the rays. So anyway, thanks again for joining me today, and the rest of us here. So it's really great to have you along. Share the link with all your friends. Bring them on over. Have some chats. Have a good time. And yeah, we'll see you back here in, gosh, just about an hour and 15 minutes with Ann Perkins. So stay tuned.